It started as what I thought was just a silly joke. Michael and I had been married for 7 years, and like most couples, we had our ups and downs. The stress of work, bills, and daily routines often left us drained, but I believed we were strong enough to handle it. That evening, we were sitting at the dinner table, eating takeout after another long day. The conversation drifted, light at first, until I made a comment I should never have said. I laughed and said, "Maybe if you were better at being romantic, I wouldn't be so bored." The words were out before I even realized how cruel they sounded. I had meant it as a teasing remark, but the look on Michael's face told me instantly that I had crossed a line. He didn't laugh. He didn't roll his eyes or brush it off. He just froze, staring at me with an expression I had never seen before, shattered, wounded, and cold all at once. For a long moment, the room was silent except for the ticking of the clock. "After everything I've done for us," he finally said quietly, "that's what you think of me?" Guilt crashed over me, but I panicked and tried to cover it with more words. "Michael, I was just kidding. You're overreacting." But he wasn't overreacting. He had been carrying the weight of our struggles for months, working late hours, trying to keep us afloat, and still doing his best to show me love in small ways I often overlooked. That one joke wasn't just a joke to him. It was proof that his efforts hadn't been seen, hadn't been valued. He pushed back his chair, stood up, and without yelling, without slamming anything, he simply said, "I can't do this anymore." I blinked, confused. "What are you talking about?" But he didn't answer. He walked upstairs, grabbed a small bag, and started packing. I followed him, my voice rising, begging him to stop, to listen, to understand that I hadn't meant it. But he didn't look at me. Within minutes, he had his keys in his hand. He paused at the doorway, his back still to me. "Words matter," he said softly. "And tonight, yours broke me." Then he walked out. I stood there, frozen, the sound of the door closing echoing through the house we had built together. I thought he'd cool off, that he'd come back after a few hours. But he didn't. Days passed, and then weeks. My calls went unanswered, my texts left unread. Friends told me they had seen him, but he refused to speak about me at all. That's when I realized he wasn't coming back. Over a single careless joke about intimacy, I had lost the man who had once promised forever. And though it seemed small to me in the moment, to him it was the final crack in a marriage already carrying too much weight. Now, I sit in the same house, at the same dinner table, wishing I had chosen silence instead of a cruel laugh. Because in the end, it wasn't an argument or betrayal that ended us. It was a joke that broke his heart. And once he walked out, he never looked back.